So what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about the fact that real estate right now is very difficult. Why is it difficult? Well, since about 2018, we've had a bunch of shifts here in North Texas. And a shift would be a slowdown that's so significant that it feels dead to most agents. And shifts that I've seen so far have lasted usually about 6 to 9 months. If you close a deal during that shift, consider yourself lucky. Now, there are some agents, some mega agents running some very large teams that seem to defy this. And I've wondered why. And I think what it has to do with is that these agents, they're ladies, and they are very relational with their clients. They have pie events, they write handwritten notes um, to their clients, and these things matter to a lot of the people they're working with. Now, if somebody was to offer me a $15 Costco pie where I had to drive out of my way to go get it at some event, I wouldn't go. If some salesperson was to send me a handwritten note saying, "Hey, thanks for coming by, here's my card," I'd throw it in the trash. But apparently, it works for a lot of people, I guess other women, and the women make the decisions as to what agents they're going to go with. So guys like myself, we tend to be more transactionally oriented. I think it's our nature. Let's make a deal. I'm going to do the best thing I can. I'm going to be professional. Call me when you got another thing coming up. Great, thank you. Congratulations on your new house. And that's not the best way to build a long-term business in residential real estate. So that is something that I've come to realize. So what does that do for me? Well, not a heck of a lot. I built my business by buying leads, and that's when leads were inexpensive. I started in 2012. I could buy a lead and prosper for $25, $35 a lead. Figure you go through 50, 60 leads, Zillow or Realtor.com, and then you make a deal. And even back then, when a house was a lot cheaper than it is now, you could buy a house and prosper for a nice house for $450, $500, really nice house. Obviously, it paid off. Now what's happened is that over a very short period of time, they started increasing the prices of the leads and diluting the quality of the leads. There were several studies that were done. I think it was Grant Cardone that did a study that showed that they were, even though the same number of people, percentage-wise, between 2012 and 2018, got their realtors from online. I think it was like 9%. That hadn't changed between those two dates. Yet they were providing something like 10 times more leads, these lead generators. So obviously what they'd done is they diluted the quality of the leads by 10 times. In addition, the prices were going up dramatically. Now, if I want to buy a lead and prosper, it's what they have market-based pricing, which basically means that you are going to pay whatever the market is at that particular moment. Even if you bought in at a cheap price, you're not paying that cheap price. You're paying the price that it is currently. So right now it's averaging somewhere around $1,500 to $1,800 a lead. So you can imagine, even at close to $1 million average price in prosper, and you've got to go through 50, 60 leads, there's no money to be made. But what's happened is that a lot of people, they want to buy into the market. So they grab it when they can. They spend all their money thinking they're going to buy in. They realize too late that, oops, I've just dumped all my money down the toilet. And Zillow finds more suckers to do the same thing. Meanwhile, the people that have been in the business for a long time, such as myself, 13 years, $60 million in business, we can't buy the leads and not make it profitable. Now, there are caveats, and those caveats is that apparently behind the scenes, there are cheaper leads, if bought in bulk, that Zillow offers that are higher quality leads. but the average Joe is not going to be able to touch those. If you're buying maybe $5,000-$10,000 a month, maybe you can qualify for those leads. Now, I've been there. I was spending that money in that range, and when we hit our first shift, darn near bankrupted me. So because I had these commitments, at 5, 7, 8 grand a month. I don't remember what it was. This was 2018, but it was substantial. I was spending close to, in 2018, 17, I spent close to 100 grand in buying leads from all sources, and I had a team of 5 agents. So that's the situation with residential real estate. So how do we fix it? Well, I can't change my personality. I still don't I don't see the point in buying pies, and I don't see the point in writing notes. I'm sure the ladies are screaming and going, "You idiot." But what I'm hoping to do is maybe create a channel where people can come and they can get information about the market, get information about what it's like to be in real estate, and hopefully that will be my relational way of working with people. So this is the first video in a series such as that. And I've got a lot to say. Right now, I really didn't know what it was I was going to talk about today, but I thought I'd do kind of an intro. And at least on the current situation. But I can talk about the settlement which is coming up, which is horrible. And it's going to dramatically affect real estate. And I'll talk about that in another video. It's just too long to talk about here. And I'll give advice about properties and how I work with people when I'm working as a buyer's agent, what I look for, how I work with people when I'm a listing agent, what I try to get people to, how to set up their house and how to display it. And, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.